Hey everyone, I'm Vaibhav Khandeval and I welcome you all to Simply Learn's YouTube channel. In this session, we will learn everything about linked list. We shall begin our session by learning what the linked list is and why do we need them. Then, we will try to implement it in the code editor. Then, we will discuss different types of linked list. Then, we will learn various operations that we can perform on linked list. Post that, we will discuss some advantages and disadvantages of the linked list. Finally, we will take a glance at what are the final key takeaways from this session. But before we begin, make sure you have subscribed to our YouTube channel and clicked on the bell icon so you never miss an update from Simply Learn's YouTube channel. So without any further ado, let's get started with what is linked list. A linked list is a linear data structure made up of nodes. These nodes consist of two parts, data and reference to another pointer. Typically, a linked list starts with a head node, which goes all the way up to the last node, which is called tail. Next, let's discuss why do we need linked list. A linked list is a linear data structure like arrays, but an array can only offer a fixed size, whereas a linked list can dynamically increase its size. Also, operations like insertion and deletion are much easier in a linked list than in an array. Now, let's try to implement the linked list in the code editor. Let's start by creating a node. To create a node, we need a class. Let's declare a class node. We will declare its member as public. The first member is int data and the second member is node pointer next. Now we will go into the main block and initialize our first node. To initialize a node, we need to use node star. The node name head equals to null. Similarly, we will create more nodes. And our last node tail. Now we will allocate these four nodes in the heap. To do that, we will use a node name equals to new node star, new node braces. Now we will allocate all the nodes in the same manner. Now we will assign data to our first node. To access the member of the node class, we will use arrow formation. Then we will use data equals to, let's give it a value as 2. Now we will link this first node with our second node. To do that, we will use head, same arrow formation and next, which will be equals to our N1 node. And now we have created our first complete node. Now let's create other nodes as well. N1 arrow data is equals to, let's give it 3. N1 arrow next is equals to N2. N2 arrow data is equals to 5. N2 arrow next, 2 arrow next is equals to tail. Now tail arrow data equals to 7, and tail arrow next is given null. Now let's call a function to print this list. We will give head as the argument, as we can only traverse a linked list from its head. Let's write a definition for this print list function. This function will be a void function. Argument is node star a. We will use while loop to traverse this linked list. We will give it condition if a is not equals to null, then cout is a data and L. Now we will change our cursor from the current node to the next node. To do that, we will use a is equals to a arrow next. Now let's try to execute this code. As you can see, we have traversed our complete linked list. Now let's get back to our slides. Now let's discuss different types of linked list. The first are singly linked list. Next is the doubly linked list, the circular linked list, and finally we have the circular doubly linked list. Let's discuss each one of these in details. First up, singly linked list. It is a unidirectional linked list. While using the singly linked list, we can only traverse it in one direction, that is from head node to the tail node. Next up, doubly linked list. It is a bidirectional linked list. We can traverse it in both the directions. In this linked list, the node has an additional pointer that points to the previous node. Next up, circular linked list. It is a regular linked list except for its last node points to the head node. Programmer needs to be careful while traversing it, or they might get stuck in an infinite loop. Next up, the circular doubly linked list. It is a combination of doubly linked list and a circular linked list. Its last node points at the head node, and the previous pointer of the head node points to the last node. It is also bidirectional linked list so that we can traverse it in both directions. We have now discussed the linked list why do we need linked lists, and types of linked list. Now let's learn about some operations we can apply on linked list. We can use majorly two operations on linked list. First up, insertion and deletion. We can perform these operations in three different situations. First, at the beginning, at the last, or at a specific position after a node. Next, we will discuss these operations in detail. First up, insertion. We will discuss first insertion at the beginning. We have to give the first node's address to the new node's next pointer to execute this. Next up, insertion at the end. We have to give the new node's address to the last node's reference pointer. Next up, insertion at a specific position. To do this, we will have to change the reference address of the previous node to the new node's address and the new node's reference pointer to the next node's address. Now let's discuss deletion. First up, deletion at the beginning. We have to change the first node's address to the null to execute this. Next up, deletion at the end. We have to change the second last node's address to the null. Next up, deletion at a specific position. We will change the reference address of the previous node to the next node's address. We have learned a lot about linked list during this session. Now let's discuss some benefits of linked list. First up, a linked list is a dynamic data structure. That is, we can dynamically increase its size. Next, it offers easy insertion and deletion than other linear data structures like arrays and string. Since it can dynamically increase its size, resulting in no memory wastage. Next, it is pretty handy in implementing complex data structures like stacks and queues, etc. Now, let's talk about some disadvantages as well. First up, since the linked list is made up of nodes, it takes extra storage for storing data and reference pointer. Next, the traversal in the linked list is a bit harder than other data structure. Reverse traversing is easy in doubly and circular doubly linked list, but since it uses one extra pointer, it takes extra storage, making it another limitation. At last, let's sum up what we have learned in this session with key takeaways. First up, we have recognized linked list as a dynamic data structure. Next, a linked list offers faster insertion and deletion operation. Next, linked list traversal is hard because we have to start from the head node every time. Finally, a linked list is an asset in implementing other data structures like stacks and queues. And this was all for today's session. Hope you guys found it informative and helpful. If you liked this session, then like, share and subscribe. If you have any questions, then you can drop them in the comment section below. Thanks for watching and stay tuned for more from Simply Learn.
Hi there, if you like this video, subscribe to the Simply Learn YouTube channel and click here to watch similar videos. To nerd up and get certified, click here.